I am connected to amazing entrepreneurs doing incredible things, and Carl Zev up here is certainly no exception. I had a chance to have him on the Giant TV media channel where it's all about getting some insight into what these entrepreneurs are doing, how they got into their role, and what they're cranking on. And I just had a really great discussion with Carl and pulled out so many nuggets from what he was telling me and his experience. So you're going to want to check this out. Let's go jump in. Hi, everybody. This is Paul Hitchcock, president and founder of Giant Jacks Media. This is Giant TV, my channel to really bring you entrepreneurs doing amazing things. And certainly Carl Zev is one of them. Welcome, Carl.
How you doing, Paul? Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I got to tell everybody here that you and I were talking offline, very stoked about this session because you're doing some very interesting things. I've got your LinkedIn profile up. You and I were chatting. And Carl, for those listening, is a CEO of Zev University, Mindset Mastery, doing a lot, incredible videos, as I mentioned to you before. But Carl, let's just jump right into this. Tell us, everybody here, what are you doing? What's your focus?
Our focus really is helping executives, middle management to C-level executives to teach them how to really make the proper business decision through our programs. But let me start from the beginning, show you how we actually started the
Yeah.
university. We started about 25 years ago, and I actually started the company. It was called Coach 37, and we did what we called sales training, customer retention training for car dealerships, realtors, and high-end appliance stores. And we started right in the New York, New Jersey area. We walk around and just knock on doors back then. That was way before social media and everything is now.
Oh,
And we
yeah,
just
yeah.
knock on doors, introduce ourselves, and say, hey, we have this training program. We come into your dealership and give you 45 minutes to an hour of some free training. If you like what you see, we'll sign you up. And that's how we really started the company.
Isn't it
But then we
amazing? Isn't it
realized,
amazing before social media that you were
oh, it was
knocking
great.
on doors going, I mean,
It
it's
was great.
crazy. People
Great.
today can't even imagine that. We
Yeah,
did it.
yeah, yeah. It was fun. You know, what I mean, especially when the weather's not out and you're out there knocking on doors, you're introducing yourself to people, and you never know what's going on behind the other side of the door. But that's the challenge of it. That's
Right.
that's how you build character. So, but over the years, we sort of realized that we can give almost anyone our tools and training to help them elevate their performance, whether it's in their personal life or their business life. But if they don't have the proper mindset to receive and intake all this information that we give them is not really going to benefit them or us. So we sort of evolved in what we are today, which is a high performance mindset training firm for executives. And the bottom line is that no matter what you're trying to do in life, whether it's personal business, you have to have the proper mindset, which is a growth mindset, and to show you how to get to that next level. So that's what we do today. And we sort of focus our training. The foundation of all of our training is basically based around something called NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and
Yeah.
EQ, emotional intelligence.
Yep.
And that's the foundation of all of our training programs.
So are those tools that you use as you're working with companies and executives?
Yes, it is. It's a way of analyzing and looking at current events or situations that's going on in your office or your place of business from a different perspective. A lot of times when you're a business owner or executive or manager, you're so involved into the situation of running your business, you really can't see the differences or the changes you need to make because you're so impacted into that situation. But when we come in and look at it from a different perspective, from an outside looking in, we can see things that the manager or the owner of the business can't see. So we teach them how to take a step back from the operation, look at it from, say, a bird's eye view, and then analyze the situation better. That way you make a more accurate, better decision.
Okay, so that's interesting. I want to dive into something because in watching some of your videos, you've said some very interesting things. Like one thing you said, which was related to what you're talking about now, is that, hey, when I get involved, let's say with someone who's doing $1 million in their business and they want to get to 5 million, then there's a mindset for that. And we give them 5 million. Now, when they get to 5 million, they say,
Right,
okay, hey, we want to get to 50 million. That's a whole different ball game. And that mindset
right.
and maybe the structure from 1 to 5, very different from 5 to 50. So talk a little about that, and how, like, what is involved in reprogramming, as you put it, this mindset?
Yeah, I know you use the term reprogramming. A lot of people get a little skeptical when they say reprogram, but the reality is that we've all been programmed to do certain things throughout the day, whether it's eat a certain food or wear certain clothing or go to a certain cafe or restaurant. We
Yeah,
all run off our subconscious mind, which is programming. So basically what we do is that we sit down with an executive, we see where they're at in their business and where they want to get to. And typically after running their business and running, say, a $5 million business, they're sort of stuck on that $5 million level and they're trying to get to that $25 million level. Well, it's going to be difficult for them to get to that level unless they change their overall programming, their outlook on how they see things. And that's where we step in. So we teach them how to elevate their thinking at that, say, $25 million level, because you can't run a $5 million business at a $25 million level if you don't have that mindset. So you got to actually take a step back from that $5 million business, and then we program them over 120 days to think as if they're running a $25 million business, and then they step back into it, and now they have that mindset of someone that's running a $25 million business compared to someone that's running a million or $5 million business. So you look at things
yeah,
differently, how they make their decisions, how they deal with their employees, their suppliers, their marketing, their sales, everything is based off of running a $25 million operation. So their mindset is totally different.
yeah. Oh, okay. So then it's a change of the mindset, but that necessarily also means it's a change in how they're running operationally. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, yes, it is. Fair statement.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So,
okay.
so in order for you to elevate anything in any part of your life to that next level, you have to sort of visualize yourself there first.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to project yourself there. So once you project yourself there, now everything else comes along, and that's what our training is really all about.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing that you just said. Yeah, because I agree 100%. If you can really get your mind around where you think you could be, that next level,
Right.
you reverse engineer it, right? You start thinking about,
Exactly.
yeah, how to do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Reverse engineering.
yeah. Well, so Carl, who are you working with? Like, what niches and what's your sweet spot?
Our sweet spot really is really a business owner, executive, or even a sales professional, entrepreneur that's probably running about a $3 million business and up. Or if they are an executive or a salesperson, they need to be earning somewhere around $200,000 per year personal income. And the reason why we said, because they sort of, if you when you start to make a certain amount of income, your whole mindset changes and you're more receptive and open to what we call a growth mindset. So we have to sort of work with that type of individual compared to someone that might be making a little less, unfortunately, because at that level, you probably went through some training.
Right,
You
right.
probably went through some sort of management training, some personal development training. So you become accustomed to what we're going to push you through over the next 120 days.
Yeah, yeah. What does it look like if somebody says, "Hey, okay, I'm on board." What does the initial interaction look like for somebody?
Yes, the initial interaction is really we do a discovery call, which takes about a 1 hour call, and we ask a lot of questions. And what we really do, Paul, is to have our clients write down a 24-hour schedule. What are they doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, starting off that Monday morning till that following Sunday evening. And we look at your schedule and we analyze your schedule compared to where you want to be, say, in 90 days or a year or 3 years out,
Oh,
and
wow.
we look at your daily activity because it's all about habits. It really boils down to habits. So if your habits are not taking you closer to your goals, that means they're taking you further away from your goals. And that's when we implement our focus mind training program. And we sort of take out this from your daily habit, we put this in, we implement this, we take this out. And now we're working with you over the next 120 days to change your daily habits. As you change your habits, and this is the reason why most people really don't really reach their full potential because they don't understand how the subconscious mind works. So
Yeah,
when you understand how the subconscious mind works, and it takes an adult roughly about 65 days to change a habit, and that's why our programs run for about 120 days because we realize things happen in life. You're sick, your schedule change, you fall, what they say, fall off the wagon sometimes, and you got to get
right,
back on.
right.
So
Right.
Programs run about 120 days. But what we do is we implement the tasks and the responsibilities and the duties that you need to do in order for you to reach your goals in life. So your goals over the next, say, 90 days or next 6 months or to a year. And as long as you follow our program, which we're there to coach you along the way, you follow the program, you realize that your subconscious mind is now being reprogrammed, or say your mind's DNA is being reprogrammed to do these tasks on a daily basis.
Yeah.
After about 65 days, it become a natural instinct for you. You become a new programmed person. And now you do these new tasks without even thinking about it. And that's the reason why our program works so well.
I love it. I love it. I'm a task guy. And when you were talking, I'm thinking, okay, I had a woman on that I was talking with before. She's incredible, Michelle Baker, and I found her on the podcast. Carl, actually, I'm gonna make an
Okay.
intro. Yeah, the two of you should talk. She's great, but she made a comment similar to yours, said, you've just got to make these tasks to move things forward a part of your weekly identity. It's just got to
Exactly.
be who you are. It's what you do, like working out,
Right.
or if you want to achieve results working out, it's the same thing, right? I mean, you got
Right.
to do this to get that.
Right. Exactly. She's absolutely right. And what happens is that your subconscious mind, we all run on our daily programs. Whatever we do it without even thinking about it. We get up, drink a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
stop at the local Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Those are habits. So what we need to do is, if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to get to that next level, get your business to the next level, we look at your daily habits. And then we just, like I said earlier, we just implement new habits. And after about 65 days, these new habits go into your subconscious mind and you run an auto program. So these new habits that we implement are going to bring you closer to reaching your personal and your professional goals. After, like I said, 65 days, it becomes a norm, a
Yep.
lifestyle. And
Yeah.
before you know it, your goals are getting closer and closer. And before you know it, you realize with the visualization, the meditation that we offer, your goals have been met and you didn't even realize that you met your goals because you're so focused on just doing these new tasks on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I was laughing because near our office in Southern California is a Krispy Kreme donut
Oh, that's tough.
drive-through. Oh, God,
That's tough.
yeah, they pump out the smell. They have fans that pump out the fresh donuts in the morning. It's
Oh yeah,
brutal
that's brutal. That's brutal. That's like here in the northeast part of the country, Dunkin' Donuts is big.
everywhere.
And
Yeah.
the first, Dunkin' Donuts, you're gonna ride past if you drive like 5 miles, you're gonna ride past at least five or six,
Yeah.
at least three Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna get past the first two. If you don't
Yeah.
have that strong willpower, that third one's gonna get you. And that's where our training comes in. And we say, let's pretend that those negative habits you're trying to eliminate, they don't exist. So we have you burn that into your mind. Hey, Dunkin' Donuts don't exist. So when you ride past Dunkin' Donuts, it doesn't exist. After about that 65th day, Dunkin' Donuts really doesn't exist for you anymore. But the
Yeah.
first the first couple of weeks is going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough. It's
It's
going to
going
be
to be
tough.
brutal. We call those trip wires in the sales business, right? They got these trip wires set up with
Exactly.
donuts.
Exactly.
Oh,
Tripwires.
hilarious. A couple last questions. So when you're working with a business, so is somebody working with you one-on-one? Like you having Zoom one-on-one Zooms? Are you out on the premises and doing stuff?
Yeah, the great thing about our company, like I told you earlier offline, we're doing a national expansion,
Yeah.
and we have coaches throughout the United States now. So what we're doing, wherever those coaches are pretty much located, we're flooding those areas with marketing and advertising to build up clients in that area because we realize that we can do Zoom calls, which are great, like we're
Yeah.
doing now, a
Yeah.
live Zoom call, but it's nothing like a face-to-face one-on-one in one of our locations that you
True.
can sit down with a client and they can get to meet you. You get to meet the client. You build that rapport, that trust. So, and that's the reason why we have a national expansion program because we realize that we have clients throughout the country, and we want to have a local executive coach that they can sit down when they feel like they want to sit down with someone and do a face to face.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny because that's true. Nothing like in person. And we hired somebody new at the main office in Southern California. She's been working for a few months. I was Zooming with her all the time, but never met her in person, right? Like
Yeah.
this. And then I go down to the office a couple weeks ago and she's like, "Oh my God, you're tall. I'm 6'4". And she's like, she had no idea. I could have been 4 foot nothing because you don't know and see somebody on
Yeah,
Zoom, right?
you,
There's
you,
not the human connection.
you're right. You're right. And you and I from the old school, we love that human connection. We love to be able to
Yeah,
sit down with someone, shake a hand, have a
totally.
cup of coffee, and just really build that rapport and get to know the person on a personal level that way.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's true. Um, this is awesome. I got to tell people that are listening that you got to follow Carl. His information is around this episode. We simulcast this everywhere, so depending on where
Thank
you're
you.
watching it, yeah, maybe it's up here, down here, sideways. It's YouTube, LinkedIn, X, Facebook. It goes everywhere. Uh, get connected. I was checking out your site. There's a lot of great information on there. You're a good guy to
Yeah.
know. Yeah, and so appreciate that. And I know, Carl, you and I will be talking again,
Yes,
tracking
I
each other's
appreciate it.
progress. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. Yes, it's been
All right.
great. And like I said before we go, I like to say,
Yeah,
we all walk around with the most advanced technology that there is known to man, and most people think it's the cell phone. It's not the cell phone. The most advanced technology we have is in our mind, because everything that we see that's been made by man was once in someone's mind, and they had the courage to make it to manifest it into reality. So if you're listening to this and you want to take your business or your personal life to the next level, we have the tools to help you do that. We've been doing it for over 2 decades, and we helped out a lot of executives here in the United States into Canada. So I'm happy to be here to express this with you. And Paul, thanks again for having me.
yeah. And Carl, you got a complimentary session that you will offer to folks. Can they get with you and just learn more?
Yes, yes. If they just go look me up on LinkedIn or go to our website, there is a link to schedule a free complimentary call. We call it a strategy discovery call. Takes about an hour and there's no charge. It takes your time, and if anything, you get some more important information about
Yeah,
who you are and how to improve your life.
great, great, love it. All right, talk to you soon.
Okay, nice talking to you, Paul.
Yep.
Have fun out there in California.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.